Welcome once again. Thank you for joining this live webinar. The topic today is, must I make use of a lawyer? In brackets, attorney or advocate in child care and contact matters. So in summary, do you need a lawyer to assist you when you want to apply for child maintenance, when you want to obtain contact or access to your minor child, if you want to defend a matter, etc.? The same principle applies for divorces, any legal matter. The question is, do you as a layperson require, or do you have to have a lawyer in order to pursue a legal matter in court relating to child custody and care matters? So the quick answer, and the answer I have to give you immediately, would be no, you do not require a lawyer. In South African law, people are entitled to defend and prosecute their own matters, and therefore, under those circumstances, you are entitled to represent yourself in a legal matter. My disclaimer to you is, I do not recommend that you attend to your legal matter if you can afford to make use of an attorney or an advocate or someone who understands the law and knows the law and who is able to assist you. So if the person cannot assist you with representing you in court, can the person assist you with some advice to guide you through the legal profession, to the legal problem you may specifically have? That's my disclaimer. That's my something I put out there. I do not recommend that you attend to your legal matter if you can afford legal representation or you have access to legal help and legal services. So I want that to be out there as clear as possible. The angle from where this video is coming from is that many people cannot afford legal services. They just cannot. And there are certain problems which they have. For argument's sake, the mother of a minor child, she is not obtaining child maintenance, but the father is very wealthy and he can afford to pay it. But she cannot afford it. So she approaches us and she asks me the question, should I cannot afford to, I cannot afford to instruct an attorney to assist me. May I approach the maintenance court and attend to my matter on my own? But I do not have the money to pay for a lawyer. Of course, I would advise that specific person, please go to the maintenance court. You do not require an attorney or an advocate. You may lodge your application on your own. The maintenance officers will be there to assist you and do whatever you can to the best of your capability in order to obtain child maintenance for your minor child. Okay, that's a child maintenance case. Okay, in contact case, for argument's sake, you're a father and you are being refused contact to your minor child. You cannot afford a lawyer. You do not have money. You're unemployed. You have tried various avenues and no one is there to assist you. Under those circumstances, I would advise you, please, sir, under those circumstances, go to the children's court, lay a complaint, make an application to obtain care and contact rights to your minor child. Or the flip side, let's say the father went to the high court, different procedure that gets followed there as opposed to the children's court. The father went to the high court, he made an urgent application to obtain primary care for the minor child, and obviously the mother is a current primary caregiver. The father obviously has money, he can afford lawyers, etc., whatever the case may be, but the mother cannot. She cannot afford legal representation. The question the mother may pose to me is, do I require an attorney to assist me or can I represent myself? I can't afford a lawyer. I do not have the money. I do not have the resources. I made phone calls. Nobody's there to assist me. I would obviously advise the mother, please go to court, try your best, go online, watch videos, legal videos, to assist you in how to deal with a legal matter, to research, go to the law library, do whatever you can to educate you and to empower yourself in order for you to be able to handle the specific legal matter on your own, because you cannot afford legal representation or furthermore you do not have access to legal representation. So under those circumstances, I would advise you to do your matter on your own. Where I'm going to with this is, I do not believe people should be bullied in the legal system. I believe that, as the Constitution stipulates, everyone has a right to legal services. You have a right to air your legal problems and to deal with the legal problems in a court of law. You have a right to access to justice, etc. Therefore, if it means that access to justice only entails when you can afford legal representation, meaning that a vast majority of people would never have access to justice. That's not what the law is calling upon, or the Constitution is calling upon. It's not right. It's not fair. It's taboo. Each one of you out there, if you do not have the means to afford legal representation, you can represent yourself in a legal forum on your own. The law doesn't say you need to have a lawyer, you must have a lawyer in order for you to appear in court. Many times I've appeared in court and the other party is underrepresented. He or she appears in court, tries their best, gives an affidavit, speaks very well, explains to the court their angle, their story. I have a legal obligation to obviously advise the other party on the technicalities on how the process works. I do not want to ambush the other party if they are underrepresented. I would at least, the very minimum, I will try to explain to the other parties how the court process works, what we are here today for. This is my angle. This is what I am trying to pursue for my client. However, there is a judge. You are welcome to address the judge on any of these aspects, and the court will ultimately make a decision. I will obviously inquire from the other party, do you have legal representation first before I speak to the other party? And find out from the other party, do you want to speak to me without legal representation, or do you want to speak to me in court when the judge or the magistrate is the umpire in the matter? So those are the things which I do, and I do not bully people in court. I don't think that's fair, and I do not think that is recommended. And it won't take you very far in your legal matter. You will lose rapport with the other side. So, long and short of the matter is, the question which I have posed, must I make use of a lawyer, attorney, or advocate in a child care and contact matter? The question is, sorry, the answer is, it is advisable if you can afford it and you have access to justice, to that specific legal services. But if you cannot afford it, there is no legal aid won't be able to assist you, or they're not available right away. Many times there are urgent applications made to court. You still have to go to the legal aid board and make the application. They still have to do an assessment on you, etc. They still have to appoint somebody. So time will obviously run by. You might ultimately qualify, but at a specific moment, you do not have legal representation. And under those circumstances, you can't represent yourself in court. With my disclaimer, which I've brought up early on, court matters are very technical. Lawyers are practicing for many, many years. They understand how it works. The same way, for example, if you completing your income tax, if you've never done it before, obviously you will struggle to do it initially. As you go along, you will learn how to do it, etc. So when it comes to the law, the same way for legal practitioners, they have to obviously learn, they have to train themselves, they have to make mistakes, etc. You as a layperson, you do not have the time to do that. So therefore, make use of an attorney if you can afford it, make use of legal aid, make use of whatever resources you have at your disposal. But if you cannot make use of those specific resources that are available generally, and time is of the essence, please go to court on your own, represent yourself, try your best as possible to defend your case or prosecute your case, whatever the case may be, in order for you to get the best possible results for your specific matter. I hope that gave some clarity on the issue as to whether or not you must have a lawyer. No, you do not have to have a lawyer. You can represent yourself, but as I mentioned earlier on, for anything medical, accounting, building a house, etc., it's best to make use of somebody that knows the profession. However, if you cannot afford that, you are welcome to represent yourself in a court of law. Thank you very much, and thank you for your time.